Hi. Today is April 10th. It's a Saturday, and I am doing this for my gardening blog, but I don't think today is the day to start gardening. I'm going to show you what I am doing. So I have these raspberry bushes that I started last year. I don't know if you can see it, but there's one in there, and there's one in there that you can't see at all. And so they're not doing real well, and so I have taken some bottles, some Gatorade bottles, and I cut off the bottom of them, and I am using that, and here's one you can see, as a kind of greenhouse, protection, because it is still just April and it can still get pretty cold, but I would like to have raspberries this season. Now I'm going to take some compost that I have. So this is my compost pile. My neighbor brought over a good dump truck full of manure, sheep manure. And in here is my actual compost. I'll show you what's in here. I have to put these rocks on top or the wind. This might not be the best compost pile. I got a pile of oranges down there, and I don't know if you can see them. That might not necessarily be the best thing. I try not to put any animal products in here, but like you can see some potato peels there, and some leftover corn, and some other peels, some orange peels, and then I have dirt and twigs, and this really needs a lot of water. So I'll probably bring over a bucket of water here in a little bit, put it on top. So I'm going to take a shovel full of compost and put it around my raspberry bushes and my little Gatorade bottles that are turned into greenhouses. Okay, so the other thing I'm doing is I've got these trees, and they're orange. They're not supposed to be orange, they're supposed to be green. So I have put some compost in it, and now we're watering them. Giving them quite a bit of water. And this one, which is just gone, I put a milk carton on. I don't know if you can see it in there. I put a milk carton on it. Now Chase is going to water it. And then this one over here needs water. So what I'm doing is taking the black tarp off, putting down some compost, and then putting the black tarp back on. And that's what I'm in the process of doing right here. This one doesn't have any dirt on it yet. You can see my shadow and Chase's shadow, but it doesn't have any dirt on it yet. So I'm going to go bury it with some dirt, and then put my black tarp back around it, and then Chase will water it. There it goes. So Chase just overfilled the water, and here's Donatella. She just did birds.
And I just found out the pigeon likes birdseed.
That's weird. He'll turn it. I mean, he is. Well, he's a blue heeler.
Cause like I wanted to see if he'll eat it,
Yeah.
and he ate it, and he wanted more. Like, what the heck, dog?
Is he just hungry? I know he's not hungry because I saw dog food out there still.
He's like, I want it.
Here, you can take me put dirt on this.
Okay. The act of putting dirt on a tree.
So this is what I'm doing. I put compost dirt around it. And you can see where we put newspaper to get rid of any weeds.
Like this seed right here.
And I don't know if that's, I'm doing this the hard way. I don't know if that's what's causing it to not grow and be green. Bo! All right. We'll picture you, Bo. So I'm just going to put the rest of this right.
Which consists of dirt, compost, and sheep manure.
Picture Bo.
There, if you can see him, he's pictured. And he's taped.
So now, Chase, we got to go over to those bushes. So I'll need another up up front.
Good thing is water them.
Ouch. Gotta have on gloves because those are really prickly.
Well, it's all some green life to it. It all has some green life to it. So.
Did you see some green somewhere?
Yeah, just a light tint of green everywhere.
Maybe that's enough to bring it back to life. Yeah, I see some green just down there. Great. Well, that's grass right there. That's a grass thing. I don't know. They might be dead and they might come back. I don't know.
Oh, it has some green. So who knows?
Where do you see green?
Well, I just see an overcast tint of green.
Okay. Ouch, you know what? Those are really... There's Donatelli sitting in a tree, hanging up a bird feeder. Here's Chase, rubbing his dog with his foot. And here's Bo.
Don't fish with me! Please! Please don't fish with me!
For my raspberry plants, these Gatorade bottles that I cut the bottom off. And this one, only one of them, but one of them has leaves growing. I'm going to leave it a little bit longer. And I got a raspberry bush. There's Tim and Bo. Molly. They're good looking people. Alright, so this is what I really want to show you. This is those raspberries that was in the Gatorade bottles and really just look like sticks. And so just a few months later, that was April, and this is August now. April, May, June, July, August, 5 months. We're not going to have any berries on it this year, but it did survive. It is not being eaten. There's a grasshopper on it, but it did get hail earlier in the season, and it's spreading. It's all over the place now. We've got this one just starting out, and these, and so it's really happy here. I don't know if you can see that one back there. It's a very, very happy plant. The fertilizer helped, and being in the Gatorade bottle helped, and so it's very, very happy here. And then there's the trees. So this is one that was in a bottle that we just, I'm gonna pull that weed out and pull this weed out. So this is one of those trees that we put fertilizer around, and I put straw, hay. First I put down newspaper. There's the newspaper. I put down newspaper, then I put down straw and hay, and of course fertilized it, some of that sheep manure, and so there's that tree. It's growing. And then the other tree that we just, back there is a blue spruce, and I've got the Gatorade bottle around it again, and we're just giving it a whole lot of water, and we put hay bales around them so that winter's coming, even though it's August, believe it or not, winter's coming, and so we want to make sure they're protected from the winter wind. Here's another guy. Was living in a Gatorade bottle, or actually he wasn't living, he was just had the black tarp around him, and fed him some fertilizer and some tender loving care. And then this one is the one that Donatelli and I were talking about, that just had just a little bit of green. We just weren't sure if it was even gonna survive at all. And now I'm picking weeds out because I haven't been out here to weed, but it's green. You can see that it's green. It's no longer orange. It looks beautiful, so that sheep manure really did some good for it. and it's growing. It's just you can't. I mean, that's my hand. That's my hand there. So it's not even a very big tree, but it's still a tree. It survives this winter. I think it'll grow just fine and just beautiful and strong and be a happy tree. And then of course I planted some. Let me just show you as I walk to the place. I planted some blue spruce. Colorado blue spruce, and that one is inside there, and it was just a stick. It was just a stick with some roots, and so we're praying over that one, keeping that one. This is a tree line that we inherited when we moved here. I'm not going to say too much about this because this is a different blog, but this is the garden now. It's now fenced in, and I think you can probably see the corn through the weeds. Thanks for watching. The raspberry bush is doing just fine. It's just beautiful. It's happy. Growing big, and the tree is quite green.